Hey family, it's your girl Charmaine Holland, and I'm coming to you this week about belief. It's all about walking in your purpose. And as I share my experience and my journey working with incarcerated women and women that live in transitional housing, I'm coming to you to share about my book, Walking in Your Purpose. And I get so much feedback. And so because I get feedback and people share their experience and a testimony of how much my book has empowered them, I decided I want to empower you. So I want to talk to you about belief this week. And it's about affirmations of belief, and then I share a short story. And as I share the short story, I ask you, what does it mean and what does it look like? So you will have assignment for yourself. So I'm going to start with belief. You can always get a copy. I'll put my little link where you can purchase a book if you like to. And so this week is belief. I believe in everything I do that is accordance with the will and the creator of the universe. My belief stands firm as I grow to be obedient to what I believe in and represent at all times. So that's what belief, overall, the bigger picture, what it means to me. And so I shared some affirmations, and so I'm going to share with you. I am ready for anything. I will always love, respect, and believe in myself. Self-belief comes naturally to me. Self-belief comes naturally to me. Now, you can write some down. You can write your own affirmations, or you can write down what I wrote, okay? And so here's a little short story. And I like to break it down because if I break it down, you can really dive deep into understanding what I'm saying, so that'll help you to understand really what does belief means to you. So the first one is belief is knowing that you have the ability to do anything you set your mind to accomplish. That means you have the ability to do anything you want to, but anything that comes to your mind, anything that you want to do, you have the ability. And so as I sit in the county jail with some of the women, I share this with them. And I said, there's anything that you want to do, you have the ability to do it. You just have to shift your mindset so you can manifest it and make it happen. So as I sit there, some of them want to be authors. Some of them want to be entrepreneurs. Some already had a business and they want to, when they leave, they want to go back out and continue their journey with their business. But as they here right now to serve their time, they have plenty of time to strategize it, to put in work of what it is they have to do, who they need to connect with so they can continue to grow. So that's one of the things that I share with them. And so the next sentence is, belief is having the heart to go through anything that God has prepared you for. Now I'm going to stop there. Because while I be inside the transitional housing, I deal with a lot of women that is going through recovery of alcohol. And sometimes they say that it's challenging, it's hard. They don't know if they can get through it. And I say, you can get through it. I say, you here already. And you might got 6 months under your belt. I'm going to read the sentence again. Belief is having the heart to go through anything that God has prepared you for. Sometimes we got to go down them dark tunnels because there is a light. And I say, you look around you, there's so many people who are struggling to get off of drugs, that's in the street, that's still using drugs. I said, but you might be that person that God might use to be clean for so long, and you get out there and you get to witness and tell your story of how you had to go through the struggle. But because you believe in yourself and you know that God put you through it, that you could overcome it. So there's a lot of good points of you understanding things that you can go through if you just take the moment just to be still. And so the next sentence is, Many of us grow up in life trying to make our parents happy by listening to their advice or suggestion, thinking is best for us. Sometimes I come across so many women and men, and they listen to their parents of what they should do and how they should do things, trying to find a good career or be with this mate. Some tradition cultures, they find your mate for you and say this is the person that you have to be with. And sometimes it's not, your spirit is not calling for it. Maybe your spirit is not calling for this career. And sometimes it's because maybe mom and dad wanted to complete this career and they couldn't. So now they put the burden on the child for them to make sure they be this or that. And I come to a lot of women and men who struggle because of something that is almost kind of like they gave up their dreams to fulfill their parents' dreams. And so I want you to just know, sometimes step back and ask yourself, if it's not your dream or your vision, be honest with yourself, be honest with your parents, and say, this is not my vision. I had a young lady, and she's a music producer, and she said her mother and her father are very academic teachers and lawyers and doctors, and they really disapprove of her being a movie producer, and they thought that she would not be successful. But this young lady, she is very successful, and she turned her life stories of what she had to go through into movies. And I went to it was a movie, it was a lot of authors and producers there, and they were sharing their stories and movies, and I had an opportunity to sit there and talk to her. And that is one of the examples. She said, I didn't believe in what my parents wanted me to do. I wanted to do what I wanted to do. And so sometimes I just wanted to share that with you, that you have to be able to listen to your spirit and fulfill your desires. Because if you don't listen to yourself and feel your heart desires, you will never be happy, and you always be filling other people's and not yours. So listen to your spirit. Journal. Write it down. What is your spirit calling you to do? All right, you ready for the next one? The next sentence is, I have learned that people's suggestions most of the times are best for them rather than us. Sit with that for a moment. People are quickly to give us advice, want to help us, but maybe it's not for you. But if it is, take note of it and see how you can apply it into your life. Always say, what God gave you might be for you. And until you manifest it and achieve it, then maybe you can share it with others. But I want to see you progress in life. Because, some people can tell you what to do, but they didn't do it themselves. Which I'm not saying is a bad thing. But just make sure that it's for you and not for them. All right, the next one is, it's important to understand that we each have our own specific path in life that we must take to reach our purpose. It's important to understand that we each have our own specific path, our journey in life that we must take to reach our own purpose. Your purpose is not my purpose. Your path is not my path. So we all have different paths, but it's up to you to find your path so you can be able to live in your true, authentic purpose. So everything starts with you. And sometimes going through our hardship, that is our lessons that will help us to come to discover our true purpose. So I'm going to leave that with you. The next one is each path requires having the right tools to get us through. each path that we go through require having the right tools to get us through. Dealing with the ladies incarcerated in the transitional housing, being among other women and just sitting there and just having a moment to be still, it gives them the opportunity to develop the tools that they need by being still and focus on ourselves. Sometimes we are so busy, we pull in so many different directions. We don't take the time out to grab a book and read a book and see what kind of tools that we need to help us in our next journey. So that was about. And the last beliefs I have is only our belief that will guide us to the right location. It's only your belief. Whatever you're thinking about today is going to help you to navigate to the location that you need to be at next year. If you're in the right alignment, if you're focusing and you are meeting the right people that you need to meet. But you got to do the work. If you don't do the work, nothing will happen. And so that is my book on walking your purpose and sharing about belief. And I will say that by me writing this here section on belief has helped me tremendously in many ways that I can't even explain. So with that being said, I hope that have helped you. I hope that stopping and just reading the sentence made you kind of reflect on yourself and how you look at life. But I will definitely share my book where you can buy it and I can sign it for you so you can have it for yourself. And next time I'll share a question because it is a workbook. And after you read the story, then I have a workbook for you to follow. So with that being said, if you want the workbook, just reach out to me. Let's make it happen. But in the meantime, belief is everything. Everything. And it changes tremendously. But it gives you a foundation for you to operate, to work on, and to move forward so you can become your authentic self. It's all about you knowing who you are and becoming authentic so you can live your best life. With that being said, remember, gotta walk in your purpose. Nobody can do it for you better than you. It's your girl Charmaine, and I leave you with nothing but peace. Have a beautiful day. God bless.